At 80 years old, Danny Devito, beloved actor, comedian, director, an unmistakable icon of both big-screen classics and television cult hits, has managed to stir hearts once again. Not with a shocking scandal or health crisis as the click headline might suggest, but with a deeply human, emotionally rich glimpse into who he's become in the quiet chapters of life. And for anyone who's followed his decade-spanning career from Taxi to Matilda, from Twins to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the reason fans say try not to cry when you see this isn't due to sadness, but the overwhelming warmth that comes from witnessing a legend age with such grace, humor, and authenticity. Because now, at 80, Danny isn't slowing down, he's simply shifting gears into a more reflective, heartfelt mode, sharing in recent interviews that becoming a grandfather has transformed his life in ways he never expected, admitting with teary eyes and a big grin that since his daughters had children of their own, he's become incorrigible with joy, unable to contain the affection and pride he feels. A sentiment that feels especially powerful coming from a man whose career has been built on biting humor and outrageous characters. And when he speaks now, you can hear the depth of a man who's lived fully and still wakes up amazed by the new generation he gets to love and nurture. And it's this side of Danny, gentle, proud, emotionally opened, that caught fans off guard, especially when paired with the outpouring of tributes from his Always Sunny castmates during his milestone birthday in November 2024. As Rob McElhenney called him an American treasure and spoke about how Danny could still out-joke and out-love everyone in the room, while Caitlin Olsen, clearly emotional, wrote that Danny lights up every room he walks into and gives his whole heart to everyone he meets. And Glenn Howerton simply said, "He's the heart of the show," a truth fans have long known, because while Devito joined the Sunny cast later in the game, his presence reshaped the show's legacy, bringing depth, madness, and a strange sweetness that only he could deliver. And yet, behind the scenes, he's not just the wild man Frank Reynolds, but a deeply loyal, thoughtful friend, and in a twist that could only happen in Danny's world. He recently recounted how a prank on set nearly led him to take legal action until he realized it was all a joke, and responded by locking his castmates in a cramped hotel room with only tequila and no escape for hours, proving once again that, even at 80, the man has not lost his playful edge. And while stories like this make people laugh, what truly moves fans to tears isn't the silliness or the celebrity, it's the raw, unfiltered humanity of a man who's always worn his heart on his sleeve, whether playing villains, goofballs, or deranged janitors. Because now, as he reflects on his life, Devito speaks less about fame and more about love, fatherhood, and friendship. And it's in these quiet admissions, the way his eyes glisten when talking about holding his grandchildren or hearing them call his name, that audiences feel a lump in their throat, because we're not just watching a great actor. We're watching someone who's been part of our cultural lives for over 50 years, evolve into an even better human being, reminding us that aging doesn't have to mean fading out, but can instead mean growing richer in love, funnier in wisdom, and fuller in purpose. And if that doesn't make you feel something, maybe even cry a little, not out of grief, but out of gratitude for what someone like Danny DeVito brings into the world, then you might want to check your pulse. Because what happened to him at 80 wasn't tragedy or decline, but a masterclass in living well, laughing loud, and loving deeper than ever before.